All right, y'all. What's up? Sunday morning, man. So we're gonna go over here and well, we're doing this weekend work because it's commercial, and it's easier to do it on the weekends. Like I was saying yesterday, we're gonna run the skid steer some today, just like we did yesterday. Just another job to where well, we're staying busy. So this is the kind of work that I do, you know, when I can't do lawns. See, a lot of guys come in the comments and are always saying, well, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. That's because I don't want to take the time to do stuff when we're mowing, you know, 15 lawns a day. For two people, mowing grass and every day, and we're not really trying to hire nobody else. We're not chasing hardcore work. We're just trying to get the basic fundamentals down for Toby to be able to get through this season and learn what he needs to learn about the way I do things. And then next year, we may branch off a little bit. But, you know, what I've done, though, since we've had this drought here, is I have gone to my commercial people and I've told them, hey, now I know y'all, you know, they got like 13 or 15 properties, something like that, and there's always something to do, and I never have time this time of year, so things don't never hardly get done because, well, we're going and cutting the grass and we're not doing anything deeper than that because there's no time, and a lot of the properties are empty. So the only bad thing about today, it's hot, man. But maybe, you know, if you're living in my area, you know, where you are in a drought, I know a lot of the whole country's in a drought, or, you know, yeah, I mean, at least this side of the Mississippi. Just a suggestion, you know, I go to my customers and I, you know, ask them if there's any other things that we can do while we're in this drought. I'm pretty candid with most of my customers about business and about, you know, the method of how I do things, and most of the customers respect that, and they respect your time efficiency, and they respect your you know, management of being able to keep coming where they don't have to worry about their property. Because contrary to what a lot of people think, most people pay not to have to worry about their yard. You know, anybody can cut it, but can they cut it every 2 weeks and not tear nothing up, and, you know, in the heat of the summer, blah blah. So the goal is always to them not have to think about it, you know. But the drought has made things a little bit different. So, you know, I would suggest, if you're running low on work or not sure exactly how you're gonna, you know, maneuver through this dry spell, well, what I'm doing is I'm going to the customers that I know can afford things, and I know that are inquisitive all the time about, hey, what do you think about this? Or, hey, can you do that? And I never have time to do a lot of that stuff, and now I do. Especially the commercial customers, where you're not, if you know, if you're not doing full service on the reg. Like for my commercial, for one of my commercial customers, all they really want me to do is cut the grass. But this time of year, that's usually all we do. But now we're able to go a little deeper, like we've been doing, like we did the other day, and we're going to do today. And we're probably only going to work about 4 hours today. All right, so about 200 in fuel. But the way it's going, that's going to last us all week. Shit. One thing about over here, and I'm thinking I'm gonna look at it, they got a big pile of mulch where they had a tree ground up, and it's right across the street. I might just we might just put mulch in those beds, you know, instead of pine straw, because the mulch is, well, it's where a chipper truck, you know, chipped up trees. Oak mulch. You know, the pile's there. Move the pile. Put it in the area. A few little tricks that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show Toby an idea that I got. Because a lot of times when you're doing beds and stuff, it's just my opinion. I got a disclaimer. When you're doing beds and things like that, and you're trying to make them neat and orderly, if you will, A trick to me is to cut the bottom of the bushes up some, get them off the ground a little bit so you can I don't know, be able to see through the bed, if you will, if that makes sense. Sort of like with, if you're going into the woods and trees and you're trying to get some of the underbrush, you always cut a lot of the lower limbs off to where you can see the tree trunk, right? And the same concept applies to stuff like this. These bushes are low on the ground. I don't like bushes that touch the ground. And, you know, some customers like that and some customers don't. When you're dealing with the damn homeowners, they have their own way of doing things, but when you're dealing with stuff that you kind of got an open hand and you kind of do whatever you want to do, as long as you can deal with the backlash from the results, then it's just about what we got time for over here. I definitely need to get done over here today with all those bushes over there, because that's where everybody parks and everything. So yeah, just throwing that out there, y'all. But there's an area that I've been wanting to get down and I'm going to get it out of there today, out of that bed, the area between the fence and the bushes. I'll show you where I'm talking about. It's been it's ugly right there, and I think if we clean it all the way out and just leave that tree in there and then dump some of that freaking mulch that they got piled up across the street, I think that'll be damn sweet, man. So we're over here at one of the commercial accounts, like I was saying in the truck. We're going to be getting that tree over there that I showed y'all the other day, but we're also going to be cleaning this up. I don't know what kind of tree this is. Nobody likes it. The owners don't even like it. But my thinking is, we're gonna get the old beat up hedge trimmers, the big ones, and we're gonna cut all this stuff, drooping stuff down so we can see clear through to the building. Also, we're gonna shape this up right here. We're gonna get all this stuff out of the way, man. We're gonna cut pretty deep on some of this, man, so we need to. These trees need to be thinned up where we can manage things a little bit better. That whole limb right there, I'm gonna take off. I could just go crazy on this thing. We just want it to look neater, y'all, that's all. I gotta get to the AC, man. You did real good on them over there, dog. You did good with the crepe myrtle too. That looking good too. I think some of that we're gonna just cut some big shit off. You know. So one thing I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna bring the skid steer over here. I'm gonna get all this stuff out, man. And they haven't told me to do that, but it's such a mess. I can't maintain it, man. I just can't maintain it like that. If we can somehow save one thing in here, that'd be cool. It'd be nice just to have, like, you know, another bush right here and right here. This stuff right here, you can't manage it, man. So let's go get the skid steer and let's rip this crap out real quick. And then we'll, yeah. And I hope I don't get in trouble for doing it, but I don't think I will. Need to trim that pine tree too. It's a nice before right there. It's hot too, man, damn. I'd rather be sitting on the couch playing with my dog, man. You see, what's supposed to be in there? I don't know, and so everything's gonna come out. And if they want to buy a few bushes to stick in there, we can do that. But all right, y'all. So here we are. Can you get that other little shit there? What is that? The shit growing. I'm talking about shit growing on the ground.
It looked like you cut this before and then get the heck out all the way.
Yeah, well, there's a big root under there. So that's why we're gonna have Toby time for a minute. How you been doing, dog?
I've been doing fine, you know, consider the factors that I have to work in every day.
The conditions?
The conditions factor.
Conditions are rough out here.
Mental capacity I have to deal with.
I get it, man. And it sucks.
I know it.
I will admit that. Pretty good bit of work still left over here. Aren't you glad you did them yesterday? Yes, sir, Ray. Big Daddy, man.
Big Daddy. Alright, watch out that honey bun.
Where'd you get those hand snips at?
That's a flagpole, man.
Yeah, I know.
So instead of having a string to lower and raise a flag, you can do the whole damn pole.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Well, but they can't raise it because it's a stupid tree.
The landscaper's fault right there.
So we need yeah, we'll figure something out there,
You can't
dog.
be patriotic because the landscaper. You know that?
That's ugly right there, dude.
Crying shame.
I gotta keep Toby off my damn chainsaw, y'all, because every time he uses it, it seems like I'm having to get spurs out of it and everything.
Spurs?
Yeah. I would use the hand ones though.
Well, I mean, for the big ones,
I ain't gonna tell you how to do your job.
For the ones that are like that,
I ain't gonna tell you how to do your job, man. I'm not. There's a lot of green there though.
No, that should have been done 2 years ago.
No, it was done 2 years ago, and that was the last time it was done. Try to throw it on the concrete so you don't have a big mess clean up.
That's what I've been doing.
I'm just trying to make sure, man, you ain't dragging the clock, man.
Riding the clock, milking the clock. I'll milk the hell out of the clock now.
I bet you will. Winpack taught that shit. You got that shit to a science. This is the area I'm talking about right here. I'm gonna put y'all on this fence. The rest of this, I'm gonna have to put a lawnmower in here. It's gonna be dusty as all get out, but that's gonna be the best way to do it for me. We got old blades on this lawnmower right here, so it's not a problem. It's gonna create a bunch of dust. And I'm gonna trim these trees right here too. So it's gonna be a big dust cloud for sure. But yeah, it is what it is, man. The ground is so hard that I can't hardly get these things up. So we're gonna cut them off, and I thought I'd be able to get everything out, and that's the bad thing about starting something like this. All right, y'all, so I'm debating it. Well, I might go get some pine straw, man, because, see, I can't dig this up. The ground is just too hard, man. So the best thing to do is just cover all this with pine straw. From the fence to the bush, maybe like, probably go on and get like 8 or 9 bales. But see, it's Sunday, man. If I'm going to the damn Home Depot, hey. Okay, so this is the after. Of course, it could be cleaned up a little bit more. We'll probably end up putting pine straw on everything. The mulch stuff that you see right here is where they ground up a tree over here on the other property here. So it's been sitting there. The mulch pile's been sitting there for, I know, at least a year. Yeah, about a year. And we've been cutting around it, you know. So I thought, you know, hell, I'll just throw the mulch in here. It's better than nothing. And it looks a lot better than what it did when we was before we actually did this. It's been sprayed hardcore. Now they did not know that I was going to do that. I wasn't sure that I was going to do that. They hired me to do the bushes. So yeah, I'm gonna get on the other side over there. It looks like he missed a little bit of the hard detail. Not a big deal, but we're getting these jobs done, and about the same time that we usually do. He's about, you know, having another guy that can run the skid steer that I trust. I know everybody thinks they can run one, but everybody can't run mine. I got to know and believe that you got some sense about yourself before I let you run my skid steer, especially around all these vehicles and stuff, moving tree trunks. Come on, man. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back over here after I get the video here and cut that little side on the other side of that. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna grab my truck and I'm gonna pull in front of the trailer, and then I'm gonna have him use the skid steer to pick my trailer up and hook it to my truck. That doing stuff like that too makes it is a good practice. So yeah, let me ride around and show you guys everything. Even in the front, we cut those ugly trees back, some, not hardcore, but some. It looks like we need a maple tree right here, but you know, another shrub or something. But what was there ain't happening, man. And everything's there's gonna be some shit try to grow back there, and we're gonna have to keep it sprayed hardcore. So I couldn't dig like I wanted to. See, I thinned those trees out, man. Don't they look a lot neater? I think it does. Those are some ugly, drooping ass trees. I hate them, and they do too. She probably wouldn't even care if I pulled them out, but we ain't talked about it, so. My guy's gonna load it up on the trailer for the first time. A very important part of the process here. buck it up. There you go. Come on back. Come on back. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. All right. Bucket all the way down. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. All right. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, time is money, y'all. Okay, so we're done over here. Well, I can't get it no better than that today. That's it, man. That looks pretty freaking good if you ask me. So, hell, it took about 2.5 hours to do it too. So that's 500 right there. And then another 600 across the street, plus the yard. Yeah. All right, y'all.